In the last episode of Draw a Stickman Epic Theories, I covered the canon colors of the Stickmans, what they would look like, as well as the possibility of a third one. I also made a joke. We're going to start off with Draw a Stickman Epic 3. We're using the same default color argument as last time. The Draw a Stickman Epic 3 Stickman is black, and also looking at this, it looks like the name of the Stickman is Hero. Now moving on to a plot hole in the second game. Chapter 2, The Wasteland is, well, a wasteland. Yet despite this fitting the Christmas spirit, cold and lifeless, there was somehow something even worse in it. Chapter 1, the ground looks like it was bleeding shades of purple on the pavement. And in Chapter 2, time has passed enough to seemingly let it dry up. So time does pass by in between chapters. But here's Chapter 2 and here's Chapter 4. That is a big difference. And Chapter 3 is between them. The thing is with Chapter 3 though, it's just this like one layer, and Stickman probably wouldn't spend more than an hour down there, unless he's 6 feet under. But seeing as the cave entrance is right there, and Chapter 4 takes place immediately after Chapter 3, there's just no way grass could have grown in that short amount of time. Unless, you know, he did a little thing with time. But I think there's more solid evidence to this theory down in the Chapter 2 secret room, where it shows you an ink mine that is under construction. And also, the entire place is a mess with a bunch of ink covering the floor of the ink mine, and it is not serviceable. Now, let's ask ourselves a question. Is Stickman gonna collect that page and then walk straight into the ink mine? Yes, he is. And there is just no time for the ink creatures to turn this into this within basically an hour. Nah, who am I kidding? Ink probably had 1,000 ink monsters to speedrun this process. Moving on. In the last theories, we talked about the canon appearances of the Stickmans, but now I have found the canon appearances for the tools. So if the Stickman is orange because the orange collector is the default color selected, then the pickaxe is this brown. But also, there's something that catches my interest. The guide is something unique to the tools in Draw a Stickman Epic 2, and as you can see, it gives an outline for what the pickaxe should be. I think this will clear it up. This being the drawn below trailer that I used last video to show that the good ending is the canon ending. The drawn below trailer showed the Stickman as being orange. It showed that Stickman was able to complete the heart puzzle, and it also showed this sword. I filled in the area of this guide with the canon color, but I think it turns out the guide isn't just a silhouette of the tool, it is the tool. Here's the guide of the pickaxe, and here's what the sword looks like when you follow the guide to it. I even checked my work by comparing the sword from the trailer and the sword from the guide. What you see here is an overlay between the two swords and the similarities and differences between them. Both swords have a flat guard and a point at the top, but they have different blades and hilts. The swords don't line up closely. What we can take from this is that HitSense probably wanted us to use our imagination on what the tools could be. The sword has no correct canon shape and only some prominent features of a sword. But following the guides, the sword is gray, the pickaxe is brown, and the key is yellow. As something I didn't mention yet is that these two swords do line up in their relative color. Also, across the trailer and all the guides, the tools do appear to be an outline instead of being filled in. So now we know that the Stickman might not have set in stone tools. And also, look at the Inkville Fortress. There are different colored key boxes that you need different colored keys to open up. So he probably needed to draw a few different keys for each of them. And that means keys could be any color really. Now, I'd like to reiterate my point from earlier. There is no guide for drawing the stickman. And I don't think I even need to explain it, as well, these are the canon stickman, but that doesn't mean that there can't be more variations of the stickman. This guy is great, and this guy, and him, these two, and this hero. Wait a second. That reminds me. Draw Stickman Epic 3. Let's go into the notebook here. Draw a new hero. There is a guide. There's a guide to draw draw Stickman Epic 3 Stickman. Could this be? Wait. Is there a canon appearance to the hero? Oh, I think we can agree. This guy sucks. Hey, Happy New Year, everyone. I was able to upload another Draw Stickman Epic 2 theories. Sorry I couldn't upload it on December 31st, but like, it would have been hard for me to make a video on Christmas and then on New Year's, you know. Anyway, Happy New Year 2025. Cheers to a strong start to this year.